everyone, I'm Alex Sams, and this is Lady Comic Book History, where we discuss female heroes, their evolution, and their impact on comics, comic book movies, and nerd culture in general. We are being brought to you by heroic girls using science fiction and media in the fight for gender equality. Okay guys, I am here to talk to you about Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it is the easiest way to make a podcast. I had absolutely no idea where to start. I love listening to podcasts, and I knew I had a good idea for one, but I really didn't know how to get started with all the technical stuff. And Anchor makes it super, super easy. First of all, it's free, which is great when you're just starting out and you have no money to support your creative endeavors. Having free resources is amazing. And their creation tools allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your computer or your phone. They have an app that makes it super easy to record everywhere. I have an adapter for my microphone that hooks into my phone, so I can literally record my podcast wherever I am, no matter what. Anchor also does all the heavy lifting for you. They distribute your podcast so it can be heard on all of the major platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and so many more, which makes life so much easier. When there's someone handling the business distribution side of it, you get to focus on just creating, which is what I love to do. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. They handle all the sponsorship matching and everything for you. It's amazing. It's everything you need for your podcast all in one place. So if you are interested in executing your brilliant idea for a podcast, download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Guys, seriously, it's the best decision you can make for your future podcast. All right, y'all. Sorry for the short hiatus. Life has been insane. I am working 2 jobs, and unfortunately that meant that my passion project had to suffer a little bit, but I am back in 2021, and we will be going hard of this year with so much more content. So thank you for bearing with me. We are right in the middle of the 60s. We are entering 1965. So let's go ahead and dive right in with Donna Troy. Donna Troy was one of the many results from the publication of Seduction of the Innocent. DC Comics was trying very hard to find a way to portray Wonder Woman, but in a way that was acceptable to parents. One of the ways this was achieved was by having the Amazonian princess appear side by side with younger versions of herself, creating a Wonder family. By issue number 123 of Wonder Woman in July of 1961, the label Impossible Tale was not included in most of these stories, in spite of that being the series title. In this particular issue, the character of Wonder Girl is referred to as if she has an entity entirely different from Diana, as if she's her own character. Wonder Woman's younger sister, Wonder Girl, made her first appearance outside the Wonder Woman book in the Brave and Bold issue number 60 in July of 1965 as a member of the Junior Justice League, also known as the Teen Titans. Writer Marv Wolfman and artist Gil Kane created an origin for Wonder Girl and Teen Titans issue number 22 in July and August of 1969. The story established Wonder Girl's origins as an orphan who was rescued by Wonder Woman from an apartment building fire. In 1969, she dons a new costume and adopts the secret identity of Donna Troy. Wolfman paired up with George Perez to revive the series in 1980 as the New Teen Titans. And in January of 1984, Donna Troy gets an expansion on her origin story titled Who is Donna Troy? We find out about her parents and more about the fire she was rescued from. Donna gets married to Terry Long in Tales of the Teen Titans, issue number 50, in February of 1965. Crises, of course, rewrote the history of nearly every major DC character entirely unnecessarily. And Donna's origin was retconned to fit the new continuity by severing her ties with the Amazon, basically destroying everything her character was. Before Crises, God, that was a stupid reboot. She did get a new storyline to rediscover her origins, titled Who is Wonder Girl? Featured in the pages of the New Teen Titans issues 50 through 54 in December of 1988 to March of 1989, Donna Troy was also involved in one of the world's dumbest and most ridiculous storylines, and I'm not sorry at all about introducing it like that. Titans Hunt appeared in the New Titans Annual 7 in 1991, where Donna discovers that she is pregnant. A group called the Team Titans, appear intent on killing her as they are from the future. Donna's son is born, instantly ages himself, kills his mother, and becomes a dictator known as Lord Chaos, which is why the Team Titans are there to kill Donna before he's born. Donna ends up giving birth and naming him Robert, and to prevent him from becoming Lord Chaos, she sacrifices her powers and becomes a normal human. Her origin was, of course, retconned again in the late 90s, where she was originally created by an Amazon sorceress as a magical duplicate of young Princess Diana. She was kidnapped by the Dark Angel, and Dark Angel cursed Donna to live endless lives that were characterized by suffering. That's a storyline DC really likes. Hawkman and Hawkgirl. Her life would restart, and her past was erased from the world's memory when she was at her lowest. She was, of course, saved from this eternal fate by her friends, and after that, she was returned to Themyscira and was coronated as the second princess of Paradise Island. I know you could. Next up, we have got Medusa, who made her first appearance in Fantastic Four issue number 36 in 1965, and was, of course, created by the wonderful, amazing Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. She appears in flashback and then in costume as part of the Frightful Four, and she goes on to appear in issues 38, 41 through 48, and in various subplot glimpses in issues 49 through 62. She was granted her first new adventure in Fantastic Four Annual number 5 and a solo series in the split book Amazing Adventures, volumes 2, issues 1 through 10. She also featured prominently in the 12-part series The Inhumans by Jay Lee in the 1990s. Matt Fraction and Mike Aldred. Fantastic Four by Matt Fraction and Mike Aldred, which debuted in 2012. In 2015, she joined A-Force as one of the all-female Avengers main characters. In 2017, she appeared in an early adventure with the Frightful Four, published as Avengers 1.1 through 5.5, a 5-issue miniseries positioned between Avengers Volume 1, issues 16 and 17. That's the point part. They're like sub-issues. Medusa is a part of the race of Inhumans. For those of you who don't know, the Inhumans are a species of prehistoric Earthlings mutated by the Tarragon mists produced under Attilan, located in the blue area of the moon. That was a lot of stuff. It's a fun time here in comic book land. Medusa's primary role in the Inhumans is as an interpreter for her husband Black Bolt. She has a strong sense of morality and fairness. This role led her to be featured in the 6-issue series Beyond, where she was kidnapped along with other superhumans, and she saves the team during the sudden crash landing of their space vessel. Medusa acts as the team's primary short-range offense, and she has been featured in various miniseries and one-shots. Her next major storyline is Realm of Kings, where she ends up taking control of the Inhumans after the death of Black Bolt. Medusa's power lays in her hair. She possesses psychokinetic ability to animate her hair, allowing her to elongate it to twice its normal length. It stands at 6 feet normally and can lift and move a weight up to 1.5 tons. Other versions of her character exist in Earth X, Heroes Reborn, Marvel 1602, Mutant X, Marvel Zombies, and Ultimate Marvel. She is one of the very, very few female characters that doesn't have giant gaping chasms of sexist behavior, storylines, arcs, and pitfalls. Of course, she is never really named or seen without her husband, but she is definitely her own person and her own hero. She is loyal and strong and definitely a leader. Next up, we have Crystal, who appeared in Fantastic Four number 45 in December of 1965, written, of course, by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. In her first appearances, she and Johnny Storm fell in love, allowing her for further presence among the team. She became the first outside the original members to join the team, but was written out in Fantastic Four issue 105, which was the first story arc after the departure of Jack Kirby. Another one of Crystal's main storylines was her relationship with Pietro Maximoff, also known as Quicksilver. She was featured mostly by his side in her 1973 through 1990 appearances in The Inhumans, Vision, and the Scarlet Witch, as well as returning for guest appearances in the Fantastic Four. Her relationship with Quicksilver resulted in marriage and the birth of Luna, their daughter. Crystal and Pietro fall victim to mind control by Maximus, causing Pietro to be less than loving and Crystal to have an affair with Vision. The 90s marked Crystal's run with the Avengers as she appeared in the team title as a leading character, as well as making guest appearances in solo titles such as Captain America, Invincible Iron Man, and The Vision. Crystal's powers are elemental in nature, having the ability to psionically control the four elements. As an Inhuman, she also has increased physical strength, durability, speed, endurance, and reflexes. The only real thing I have to comment on about Crystal's existence and all of her appearances is that they all seem to be tied to a relationship. That's how she was created and brought into this world, and that's been her norm ever since her first appearance. She doesn't have any extended period of time where she's single, and where she stops being relevant to the story. She doesn't have any independent storylines. They are pretty much always intertwined and hinged upon the men that she's in a relationship with at the time, and that's so very obviously a problem. Well, like I said, 1965 was super brief. We will dive right back in with 1966, which is a teensy bit longer than 1965, but also stay tuned for my Scarlet Witch Versus episode. I am taking a very in-depth look at power comparison between her and the characters she gets pitted against the most often, which would be Thor, Doctor Strange, Dark Phoenix, and Captain Marvel. Spoiler alert, Wanda would win all of them, but if you are interested in the very long rant and detailed version why, that'll be up soon. Thank you all for listening, and we'll talk to you next time. I'm Alexandria Sams, and for more comic book related content, check out my YouTube page as well as my vocalmedia.com. Just search my name in that creators bar. My Instagram is fangirlproductions13, and you can check out all of my work, my personal writing, articles, comic book stuff on ladycomicbookhistory.squarespace.com. This has been Lady Comic Book History, and I will talk to you guys next time.